I think I have to walk Ben back from the ledge here. Welcome to Lancaster Connects. Q4 tomorrow, October 1, if you can believe it.
Yeah, I mean, this 2024 is just marching on.
It is. But the reason I had to walk Ben back from the ledge is maybe people watching can help Ben out in knowing that his laugh is acceptable and funny and fun. Because I don't know, I just turns to me as their intro's playing. He's like, "Is that how I laugh?" I'm like, "Well, it's on the tape." Is that good or bad?
I don't know. It just sounded ridiculous. There's so much going on in the intro, from like all the old pictures Chris put in there. Like there's a ton of old Ben and Jeff pictures where there's like no gray hair, and I don't know. To me, it looks like we look completely different now versus then. And then you get into some of the guest stuff, and then I just heard myself laughing, and I'm like, "Is that what I really sound like? Is that what I really sound like?" I'm not going to change though.
Time takes its toll.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. But hey, we're coming off of a really great thing we did here Friday, last week at the store. We had a local video production team in the store shooting new, fresh video about all the things that we do to help you wake up happy, and the way we support you with service, the products that we bring, and the experience that you get, and really just kind of showcasing all that's in store. You see how I did that? Pun intended, in store. But seriously, all that's in store here at Gardeners, when you do choose to invest in a new mattress and help yourself wake up happy. And really, we're just focused on this mission of changing the way you feel about this purchase, about buying a new mattress, the stores you visit. And little known fact, we do that. We believe that really here for ourselves, but little known fact, we help other retailers all across the nation kind of replicate what we do here, because we believe in the power of sleep and helping people wake up and feel good and be happy and have impact in their day. And
yeah, it's just not people here in Lancaster County that need to wake up happy.
It's everyone.
Everyone needs to wake up happy.
I wonder where the grumpiest county is.
So we should have a national contest.
And then we need to go find a mattress retailer in that town and help them.
The grumpiest county. I like that.
Waking up grumpy, need a new mattress.
That was almost a jingle.
Almost a jingle. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's very exciting. We're going to be sharing that video out to you, of course, once we get it. Maybe right here on the show, but certainly on our social media channels, certainly on YouTube, and likely on TV, because Lancaster newspapers, as things evolve and change, they're a smart business too, and a good partner. They're offering services, different advertising services, switching from page to digital, and they're offering the connected TV services where we can show you a commercial in Hulu or in Vudu or in Skibbity or in Netflix, whatever streaming app you use. See how I got that in there?
Yeah. Yes. Put some riz on that.
I did.
I don't even know if I used that correctly.
You did. That was good. See, us old timers, we need this modern young person's dictionary. But whatever streaming TV app you watch, you might see these two faces on there in a commercial sharing how we're going to help you wake up happy. So a lot of exciting things going on here in our store, and we'd love for you to visit. So thanks for being a part of our world, and we're happy to be a part of yours today.
I like that. It's quite nice. It's a guest time?
It is guest time.
Oh,
that was my throw to you to introduce the guest. Ben is still going through podcasting school and production school.
Yeah,
he's still catching on.
I would like to welcome you back to the show.
Yeah,
you were gone for a couple weeks, so I got to get reconnected to the co-host.
Yeah, you can still hear the nasaliness of how you were flu and be really
rough shape last week. All right, got a fantastic guest today.
We do.
A veteran-owned business we're going to highlight today called JDog Junk Removal. We've got Joe Yurick. He's going to be on the screen any moment now. There he is.
Thought he disappeared.
Yeah, he just
I thought he got launched. We're going to talk about that.
That's true. That's true.
Things.
What's up, Joe?
What's going on, fellas? How are you? I'm so excited to be on the show. Thank you very much for having me.
We're excited to have you. Yeah. So, we're going to get into all kinds of things related to you and your story and JDog Junk Removal. But let's first find out what JDog Junk Removal is.
So JDog is a national franchise started by a gentleman he was an Army vet. His name's Jerry Flanagan. He's out of Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. It has grown to, I think there's 131 owners now, and I believe we're in 31 states. And we are a veteran-owned and operated junk removal company. And yeah, I'd love to tell you more. What you got?
That's cool. I mean, I didn't know it started. I mean, I knew it was a national franchise, but I mean, Bryn Mawr is just an hour away down the road.
Not far away at all.
Absolutely. So, and for that reason, Pennsylvania is pretty saturated because it kind of started there and started moving west. And there's a lot of JDogs in Pennsylvania. So if you're anywhere in Pennsylvania, more than likely there is a local JDog veteran service that can help you out.
That's
Very
cool.
good. Very good. So why is it that junk removal services are seemingly so busy?
There's
a lot of options.
Our industry is very saturated, but that's because everyone has junk. I mean, it's kind of the way of life ever since the Great Depression, which is a lot of jobs that we're on, like these big hoarder houses, are people's grandparents or parents that have lived through the Great Depression, lost everything. So now when they have stuff, they want to hold on to everything unnecessarily. And then when they pass, or if they go to like a retirement home, then they're left with all this stuff. And it could get very overwhelming for people to deal with. But we actually are awesome at that. We're very well trained at junk removal. We come in, we treat your house with respect, integrity, and trust. We don't throw everything out, which I believe we'll get into a little later on. But yeah, it's a very interesting industry to be in. And I love it because every day is a new adventure. You never know what you're going to see until you get in the house.
So that kind of leads into what brought you into the JDog world? How did you find out about JDog? What kind of inspired you to be part of JDog and have your own franchise?
So I was a project manager at a concrete company in Eastern Pennsylvania, and they actually introduced me to it. They told me about JDog. I'd never heard of them before. They told me about a mixer, so I went to the mixer. I immediately fell in love with the mission because as a veteran, I mean, I don't promote it prior to JDog. Now with JDog, I'm obnoxiously promoting it everywhere because I love it. But prior to that, I kind of kept it myself. Like nobody really knew I was a vet. I was proud to serve, but I didn't want to be boisterous about it. But with JDog, it's empowering veterans so much because we hire vets. I get to hang out with my brothers and sisters all day. We're in your house. We're doing good. Like as soon as people open the door, like, hey, door, what branch were you in? A lot of customers that hire us are fellow veterans too. So then you have that immediate trust. Yeah, it's amazing. Like I absolutely love it.
Yeah. And so, core values, what are the core values
We got them displayed right here. So we approach every job with respect, integrity, and trust. And what that means is when we're in your home, we respect your property. If we're carrying something down your steps, it's not hitting every step on the way down. We're not throwing things in a trailer, smashing your valuables, because you could be like, that was my grandmother's urn. Like we're very respectful. We have integrity in the sense that,
look, grandma.
If we're carrying something through your house and we scratch the wall, things happen. We'll come straight to you and say, listen, I apologize. This is what happened. I have a drywall guy. We'll take care of it, whatever it is. And then the last thing is trust. Like I said earlier, a lot of veterans hire us and a lot of veteran family friends, like if their dad served, their uncle served, their son served, whatever it may be, there's a certain level of trust when you are dealing with a vet. Because I mean, we serve our country. Now we serve our community. And it's cool to kind of see that in the eyes of our customers, because we've been on jobs where customers are like, all right, I'll be back in a half hour. You guys good? And we're like, yeah, we're good. If you're good with it. So, but yeah, just that level of trust is very cool. It's an honor.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of similarities between what you do and what we do here at Gardeners. One of our core values is that trust component, and we're going to respect your bedroom because you may get into somebody's home and you might be working in their garage or in their basement. And at other jobs, you are in the bedroom, but we're always in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I share with our customers and my peers. And as we said, we help other retailers. Remember that. Remember the fact you're in somebody's private bedroom. And when's the last time you personally had your parents in your bedroom? Well, if you got teenagers, they're not allowed in your bedroom, right? Mm-hmm. Friends not in your bedroom. And so that's a very important point to always bring out and remind your customers of that. Yeah, you have to trust who you're working with. Mm-hmm. So it's cool that that's one of your core values to focus in on.
Absolutely.
Joe, when you got involved with JDog, were you starting a new franchise you're in the southern Lancaster County? Was that a brand new franchise that you started down there?
That was, yeah. So my first territory was southern Lancaster County. And that was kind of between existing territories. And it kind of worked out because I'm a graduate of October class of 2000. So that was in my territory, which was really cool. And then as I started working it, I was like 2-3 years into it. I really wanted to expand and I wanted to tackle a city. I wanted to tackle somewhere that had a lot more people and just to see the good that we could do up there. So there was a gentleman running the JDog in Lancaster. His name was Ed Springer. I sat with him. We negotiated. He was kind enough to sell me the territory. He now does demo, and we actually still hire him. So if people call us for bigger demo jobs, I bring him in, like trailers or anything that's bigger than we could do by hand. So I'd still work with him. He was an awesome gentleman. So I bought the Lancaster territories about 2.5 years ago now.
So that Lancaster territory, like if we equate it to the roads, for example, Route 30, Route 222, are you like south of Route 30, including the city and then southern Lancaster County?
So I'll just say towns because we actually go by zip codes. So we go as north as Lidditz, we go as south as Maryland border, we go east to Coatesville, and then we go west to the Susquehanna. So if you found a picture of that,
that's a pretty big area.
It's kind of 1 hour in any direction.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Very good. So share a little bit about your team. Who shows up at someone's house if they choose to work with you?
Okay. So right now we have one team on the road and then I'm an alternate to help them out. My truck commander, his name is Steve Misnick. He was an Army vet. He was 11 Bravo, which is infantry. His tour, he just was stateside. He did 4 years stateside. He wasn't deployed for anything. And then our junk removal specialist, his name is Logan Snyder. He's also Army vet. He was 11 Bravo as well. He actually deployed in Afghanistan for a while, and then he was stationed in Germany.
Yeah, very good. On that note, let's maybe go a little bit and talk about your service, because you were sharing a little bit of those details with us pre-show.
Absolutely. So I actually joined my senior year. I went in the delayed entry program. So in December of my senior year is when we signed up. And then I didn't leave till August after we graduated. I did my boot camp at Fort Sill, Lawton, Oklahoma. And then I did my AIT where I learned to work with the PATRIOT Missile System at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. And about
that you?
That is me. Yes. That's when we were,
right.
Yeah, that was during Iraqi freedom. We had loaded all of our equipment on this really cool boat. We were stationed in the Ras Laffan Qatar, which is like the northern tip of Qatar. And then as Third ID was moving in on Baghdad, the air threat was diminishing. So then we put all of our equipment on this really cool boat, rowed up the Gulf, and then touched down in Kuwait City, and then set up shop there. There's a shot of the PATRIOT Missile System. Now, this was my favorite picture by far of my military career, but it was so dangerous. So it looks like we're on Mars because it was during a sandstorm. That's my battle buddy specialist, Neff. We handed our friends a camera, the old school ones that are the clicking, right, one of those. And we're like, take this real quick. So we run up the PATRIOT because that's a live missile. And we're in theater. So like if the missile went off, we totally would have been fried.
You said that in the pre-show, and I just realized now as you're discussing this picture, if you can't see it at home, I'll point it out. Right at the top of the missile launch system on the deck of the trailer unit, there is Joe and his battle buddy. I just thought...
I thought he was like standing there.
I thought that was some apparatus extension. They're literally riding the missile.
Absolutely.
So when you said you got it blown away, I thought it would have been just like the propulsion, the accelerant, the blast zone. But no, yeah, you're riding the lightning right there.
I was definitely the definition of young and dumb back then. Absolutely.
Meanwhile, our producer, who's a Marine, he's like, yeah, this guy's verified. I know you all go back and forth at each other and have your own insults. I don't know what they are because I'm not in either clique, but he's probably back there like, yeah, that makes sense for those Army guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That's amazing story, amazing picture. Like same thing. I did not see you at all on there. I thought maybe you were just like in the foreground or something like that. No, you were very close. That's
hilarious. We get some comments coming in. Pam Whitwer says, "Safety first, Joe."
Oh, I love Pam. Pam's a good friend. She's like a networking queen, and she's all over. I love Pam.
Yep. We've had Pam on Lancaster Connects.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So cool. So you talked about your staff. You have two people that work with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a full-time crew running around. And then I do simple jobs. So like if there's a pile outside or at the end of the driveway, we have 2 trucks, 2 trailers. So I do everything that one man can handle. And then the crew handles all the hard stuff. But if there's like quarter houses or any bigger jobs, I jump in and tackle it with them as well, just to kind of lighten the load.
That's awesome. So what are the types of things you take away? I mean, you mentioned whole house cleanouts, but I know there's very specific things that people need removed as well.
Absolutely. So we do everything from a single item pickup to a full state clean out. We also do some non-structural demos. So if you have a shed, a playground, a deck, a jacuzzi, we could get rid of those as well. And everything with us is priced on volume. So generally, if you call in and say, hey, I have a garage clean out or whatever you may need, first thing I'm going to do is say, can you text pictures of the work scope over? And then I'll reply with the price. And then if you're good with the price, we get you on the schedule.
That's very easy.
We try to.
I know in years gone by, we've used some other services, and it's a whole song and dance of steps. Thank God for supercomputers in our pocket, right? And you're gracious enough. People can just text you right to your cell phone, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
And we may as well get that number on the screen so we get it out a couple times, but it makes sense that we're in this part of the show. 484-467-1424. That gets right to Joe at JDog, and you can just real easy work direct with the owner. You get to meet him here on the show, and he'll give you a quote right away. Like how easy is that?
Speaking of easy, the easiest part is if you choose to hire us, when we're in your home, we do all the work so you don't have to. You leave every item where it is. We'll go in your attic, your basement, your garage. We do everything you do so you don't have to. Can I tell a quick story?
This is 100%. Your time.
Okay. So this sweet old lady in Parksburg called us a couple months ago. She had a car for like 40 years until it finally fell apart. So then she bought a brand new Durango, and her garage was full of just Amazon boxes, newspapers, all sorts of recyclables. And she's like, why am I paying a car payment to have my car sit in the driveway while my garage is protecting all this junk? So she calls us, tells us the story, was like, I haven't parked in my garage in 30 years. Like, I've been looking forward to this forever. I can't physically do this. I'm so glad you guys are here. So we go in, back right up to the garage. We have it emptied in like less than a half hour because it's literally right there. So then we're like, all right, ma'am, thank you very much. She's like, actually, do you mind moving your trailer? And can you just watch me pull into the garage real quick? We're like, yeah, absolutely. So I move the trailer. She gets in her Durango. She pulls in the garage. She comes out. She's like tearing up. She's like, I've been dreaming of this for 30 years. And you guys provided it. Gave me a hug, gave my junk removal specialist a hug, and just wished us well. That fills up my bucket. That is the essence of JDog. Like, that is why I do what I do, because our job sucks. It's very difficult. We do what nobody wants to do. That's why they call us to do it. The job's hard, but the instant gratification of boom, you can see your garage floor that you hadn't seen in 30 years. And now your brand new Durango is protected from the elements. Like, it's just great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see over your shoulder, hot tub removal. I have my own hot tub removal story. We had one, and the heating element went out in the winter. So you can probably surmise what happens next. The pipes freeze, breaks, and now it no longer is not a hot tub. It's just a tub because it holds no water. And it was an older one. We bought it used just to see if we liked it. And so when it came time to dispose of it, I just said, you know what? I think I could do this myself. This goes back a number of years. Not as many gray hair back then. And I got out my Sawzall, my chainsaw, and my skill saw, and just went to town on that thing. What do you do with those big items like that? How do you dispose of something like a hot tub? So, like, you take it out of somebody's house, but like, where does it go? What do you do with it? Does it come out as whole or parts and pieces?
It all depends on where the hot tub is located. If it's on the back patio and it's easy access, sometimes we could pull our trailer right up to it. And actually, our trailers dump. So if we put the jacuzzi on its side and kind of tilt it in the trailer and then use the trailer to flop it in, that's like the best case scenario. 9 times out of 10, it never works that way. Usually we have to use a Sawzall like you did, chop it into quarters or eighths, because sometimes these jacuzzis are in a bathhouse or they're in a backyard with a gate that's a lot skinnier than the jacuzzi. Yeah. So we have to chop them up into manageable pieces, take them to the trailer, then we sweep everything up. And then at that point, it goes to the junkyard. But we separate the scrap, the motors, we separate the wires. We do everything responsibly. So we only throw away what needs to be thrown out, and then everything else we'll take to the scrap yard.
Yeah, that's that other point, responsible recycling. Yeah, so you're not just throwing copper wire in the landfill when it can be recycled. Obviously, that might be a little revenue stream for you. I don't know. You could speak on that, but at least you're putting it in the right place, which is important.
Yes, absolutely. So when I was in the Army, I was in the 11th Brigade, Echo Battery, 343 Air Defense Artillery. Our battalion motto was the heart of right. That is instilled with me to this day. So when we're on a job, we sort the metal, we sort items that we pick up, and actually we despise throwing things out unless we have to. So items that we could repurpose. We have a warehouse in Willow Street, and there's two functions to that. So number one is if there's any veterans in need and they call up, like we had a vet last month. He was like, hey, I just got this new apartment. Do you have any like love seats or sofas? We just happen to have a really nice sofa. So we delivered it to him free of charge. And they always try to pay, which cracks me up, which I really appreciate. But I always say, do you have your DD-214? That's our separation papers from the military. And they said, yes. I said, you already paid for this sofa. So thank you for your service, brother. Welcome home. So that's function number one.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Function number two is the last Saturday of the month, which was just this past Saturday. We opened it up to the public garage sale style. So anybody could come out, get some really nice stuff for super cheap. And actually, this past weekend, this very nice lady came up to me and was like, I don't know if you realize this, but within the last 2 years, you have furnished 3 of my family members' apartments because your pricing is great, the quality is amazing, and you're just a joy to work with. And that, again, to me, is doing the harder right, because it's very difficult when you're doing a junk removal job to protect good items and then get them to the warehouse. But it kind of what sets us apart from everyone else, because we go that extra step and we care. Like we care so much, and we don't like to throw things out, because a lot of times people hire us when they're downsizing or they're empty nest rooms, and the items are like brand new or slightly used. And they're like, you're not throwing this out, or you were like, absolutely not. Your son, your daughter's stuff, that it'll be in another home. Someone else could make new memories with it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's the sad part of our society in a way, is we've become a disposable society. Yeah. Something breaks, it just gets tossed. It doesn't get fixed. We have a table in our office, and Ben said, I put some lag screws in it because the top was wobbly. It was like almost perilous.
Yeah, it was like, you lean on it.
And I said, and you made a comment about wood. And I'm like, you found wood in the thing? This isn't product we sell, by the way. It's something we bought just for the office. But yeah, that's the sad commentary, is that a lot of things are disposable and they end up in the landfill. Or, you see this at move in, move out times around college campuses. Specifically in our industry, there's a segment of the bedding industry and mattresses that are just specifically disposable. Yes, you can find a $200 queen mattress on Amazon, but you're going to buy it 5 or 6 times over a 10-year period.
Right.
Did you really save money? And then to your point of the harder right, like, well, where is that mattress going when you're done with it and when it's let you down? Is it going in a landfill? That's not good. I drive a diesel truck, but I'm also a hunter, and I respect our space and our environment. And I see what the ecosystems do, and I see the impact that it has. And I just, I like the idea of the harder right. That's a really smart way to bring that into your business. I like that a lot.
And I'm not going to lie, I do it for selfish reasons. It makes me feel amazing. Like I said, it fills my bucket. It makes me feel like I'm actually making it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I noticed on the poster behind you, the one Jeff mentioned, it says small deliveries and also labor services. What do those reference?
So if you go to Lowe's and purchase something that won't fit in your car and you need it to get to your house, you can pick it up for you and bring it to your house and carry it into your house for you. Now the labor services, that's a big range of things. So we have some customers that want to use their own dumpsters, but don't want to fill it up. They hire us. We fill your dumpster up for you. We don't have to use our trailer. We pick things up and put them down in your dumpster. That works perfectly. Or if you're getting new carpet in your living room and you need your furniture to go to your dining room for a week and then bring it back to your living room after the carpet's installed, we could do that as well. Anything you need, we're here to help. Even if you have one piece of furniture that's on the first floor and you wanted to go to the second floor and you're just not physically capable of doing it, we're happy to help.
So that's cool. So you'll move something out of somebody's house, store it for a period of time, short period of time, and then bring it back. Is that what you were referencing?
Well, we don't have storage facilities, but we could store it in your house, or if you have a garage, we could move it on your property
and then come back and move it.
And then bring it back when you're ready. Absolutely. Like
I would think that's fraught with issue.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If it accidentally gets in your place in Willow Street and then you open the door up on a Saturday and sell somebody's like favorite sofa by accident, that would be a problem.
That would be hard. I'd be heartbroken.
Yeah.
Not so much filling the cup in that example. I kid, of course. Joe would never let something like that happen to his customers, but I'd like to tell jokes on here because, I'm a comedian in my part-time life. At any rate. So obviously passionate about junk, passionate about helping people, passionate about even taking joy in the little things like parking in your garage with your car. Now I know how my wife feels with her car because in the home we've lived in for 16 years, I've never been able to park my car in the garage. I've had either a motorcycle or a slingshot on my side, but I always have to get out of my vehicle in the rain or in the snow or in the heat. But so you got the junk handled, but you partner with other charitable organizations and you have your own TV show. Let's dig into those two things.
So yeah, that was one thing I never ever expected in a million years. So when we first started, the uniform that we work in is we wear our woodland pants, which are the BDUs I served in, a green shirt. We're very militant and we're pretty big, like when we knock on your door, we're big dudes because we have to lift heavy stuff. Well, our clientele are mainly housewives ages 25 to 95, and generally they're home alone. So what I noticed when we first started was when they would open the door and see us, they were kind of intimidated by our posture. And I'm like, oh no, the veteran thing's backfiring. Like, how can I show our clientele that we're here to help? We're not here to intimidate. So we started making these cool videos just about items we find on jobs or making fun of ourselves or just kind of to show the lighter side of junk removal. I don't know how this happened, but somehow one of these videos came across a Hollywood producer's desk. His name was Jim Millio. When we were younger, he produced the 911 shows that would reenact the 911 calls that used to freak me out as a kid. He also did the Deep Sea Adventures with Jacques Cousteau. And then most recently, he did the Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan. So he reached out to headquarters, was like, I think we have a show here. Like, what you guys are doing is awesome. So headquarters reached out to us, asked if we'd be interested. I was like, absolutely, this sounds amazing. So they came out, they filmed 10 episodes. Our crew's on 9 of them. It aired on the Discovery Channel and the American Hero Network. Now it lives on an app called TUBI. So you can watch it for free today, all 10 episodes. It's on TUBI, TUBI. It's a free app. The show's called Operation In Treasures. And to be honest, my favorite part of it, when it aired on the Discovery Channel, was Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. So before church Sunday morning, my family and I would sit down and watch Dad on TV. And like,
oh, that's great.
Just to watch my kids' reactions. They were making fun of me and laughing at me and whatnot. But still, just to know that their dad was on TV, like, that was just amazing. Like, that's a memory they'll have forever. And I'm just truly grateful for
it. That was in coordination with the Discovery Channel, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big time deal.
That's a big deal. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm just thinking like, okay, here the guest is outshining the host. Yeah, he has a real TV show, not this YouTube produced thing. I mean, it's real TV, but we go to a lot of efforts, but not quite Discovery Channel efforts.
We were on Fox Business one time.
We were, and we're in the can for another show. As soon as the news cycle will slow down, they'll release it. But
10 episodes on Discovery.
That's very
awesome.
It was very cool. The hardest part about the show, though, was the behind the scenes, because if you're carrying a sleeper sofa down a flight of steps, you say something funny and the camera's not on you, Jim will go, "Hey, Joe, take that back up and say that again." I'm like, heaviest thing is, and I would do it and then come back.
We're not carrying feather pillows here.
The price of fame.
Yeah, exactly. But it was I believe it was the first non-scripted veteran reality TV show. So that's a little piece of history right there that I'm proud to be a part of.
That's really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that is very cool. So do you get like a SAG check or IMDb credits or anything for that?
I am on IMDb. I don't think I have the SAG thing. But yeah,
Screen Actors Guild. You're not getting any checks in the mailbox.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, then you're not SAG affiliated.
Nah, not at all. But the experience was amazing. It was really fun.
You've got a little cadre of fans here. You got Betsy Shank from Acorn Acres.
I love Betsy.
You got Kelly Osborne, Pam Whitworth, all chiming in. Pam says, tell Ben and Jeff about the creepy trailer band.
I don't know if I want to know. I don't want to know.
Look, it's October tomorrow. It's time for the creepy stuff.
Oh,
So-
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I could try and find a picture one. So what we do is we were on a clean out at West Grove, and my truck commander at the time found this really creepy baby. It was this little doll. We were doing an attic clean out, and he just
so we're talking about
on
a
the
doll.
back of the trailer. And I came
sure.
out with a load, and I looked down and I'm like, what is this? So I just took a picture of it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn this into a thing. So I kind of turned it into a meme. So here, I don't know if you can see this. Here's creepy trailer baby.
Oh, no.
And every
gosh.
once in a while, I'll post something and I'll just write something stupid around it. And then I'll always end the tagline with love creepy trailer baby. So it just kind of became like one of those funny things. And it stinks because like that baby went with that load because everything smelled like cat urine, like it was all gross. So in hindsight, if I knew how popular that baby would be, I would have kept it. But that's the only picture
I was going to say, we need to have creepy trailer baby come in here on some mattresses.
it might be possessed. I don't know if my wife would be happy if I brought it home. Like
It's true.
You know,
It's true. That would be. Yeah.
There's an oddities store at the Berkshire Mall now. Berkshire. Is that what it's called in Berks County?
No, you're
right on
lived here.
I know. Yeah, I don't even.
It's fancy every day.
Anyway, it's an oddities store, and in there they have in these display cases apparently voodoo baby dolls and like haunted and possessed baby dolls.
That's maybe where it went. It probably crawled out of the trash and
It's
went
like-
its way to Redding.
Yeah.
But like I every time I walk by there, I just kind of do this double take. Like, could it really be? Who knows?
You know,
I did a delivery one time. This is old gardeners. This is probably 15 years ago.
I wanted to ask you. This is great.
And it was a futon delivery, and it was in a room with like 500 dolls in it. I was so creeped out. I mean, my kids, my daughter might have had some dolls, no big deal. But like 500 creepy looking dolls in a room where you're spending like half an hour or 45 minutes in it. It was weird and
Felt like somebody was looking at you.
Yeah, that one doll as you walk by, it follows you like
I couldn't get out of that room fast enough. It was terrifying, quite frankly, terrifying. So, but I like your creepy baby story. That's cool.
That's good.
It's just one of those fun things.
Yeah, anything you can do in this day and age to go viral. Yeah, within your values, of course. I just about went off the deep end there, but creepy baby, a creepy trailer baby. I like that. That's cool.
So, Joe, one of the things Jeff asked you about, and before we got into the TV show, was your charitable your connection to other charitable organizations, nonprofits in your community.
So our whole mission is literally to give. Most recently, we did a clean out in town for Angry Young and Poor record store, and they had a bunch of boxes of hoodies, jeans, t-shirt, a bunch of stuff that looked like they were going to send out to get their logos on, but never got around to. So my truck commander, Steve, he called me. He was like, hey, Joe, we picked up a bunch of clothes today. You think we could bring it to the VA? I'm like, absolutely. Because I live in Coatesville. I'm 10 minutes away from the Coatesville VA. We have a really good relationship with them. Even though it's not in our territory, we can still donate to them. So I reached out to them. We were able to drop that off to them. So yeah, anytime we try to give back. I don't know if you guys remember a couple years ago, it was New Year's Day. I believe there was a fire in Lancaster. It was a double home. And I believe everyone got out, but everything was destroyed. Well, one of the people that lived on the right side of the home, I believe the gentleman was an Army vet. He reached out to the Lebanon VA, was like, I just lost everything in a fire. Can you help me kind of get back on my feet? They referred him to me. I met him and his wife at our warehouse in Willow Street. I said, anything you need, just point it out. We'll deliver it. So they pointed out. And it's funny because the wife's like, how much is this going to be? And I'm like, there's no charge. Like your husband served. He has his DD-214. Like it's our honor to help you guys. So they ended up picking out like a full trailer's worth of stuff. We brought it to them that Monday, brought it in the house, to their new apartment. We put everything in the bedrooms, the living room, wherever they wanted it to be. And it was 100% free of charge just to help them get back on their feet. So we might not be with a lot of charities or established people. We do more of the one-on-one, those individuals that just need like specialty help, because our warehouse isn't that big. We don't have too much stuff, but anything we can to do, we're more than happy to do.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, I mean, that one-to-one high touch connection, albeit maybe low frequency, right? Like you're not having United Way like interactions and,
Right.
head counts on giving, but that's all right because people need that direct connection. Like sometimes they just need what you've got and they need your ability to help.
Mm-hmm.
And we need, just like in mattresses, you can go buy a $200 mattress. You can buy something from one of our competitors. We have a lot of good competitors here in the county, or you can buy from us. There's all different kinds of levels. But there's always a need for help. And sometimes to have to muddle through, the application, the approval process, it just doesn't help with the time. So it's cool that you're there to fill that gap.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you guys heard about it. It was a little over a year ago down in Oxford. There's a fire on the main strip, which is 3rd Street. And a portion of the businesses burned down. A lot of families were displaced. There's a company called Silo who's in Oxford, and they kind of started helping and collecting stuff for these people that were being rehomed. So in the beginning, we volunteered to go pick up items that people were donating. We donated items ourselves. One of the businesses that was displaced was a company called the Maroon Hornet, and they are a comic book store. They're my personal favorite comic book store. Randy and Lori, they're just awesome people. So I invited them out to the warehouse. Anything you guys need, they grabbed shelving, they grabbed display cases, just whatever they could to kind of get back on their feet. And those items are in their new shop, which is a little farther down the street on 3rd Ave in Oxford now. And again, it's just anything we can do to give back, because we were paid to pick these items up. So as long as I could cover the rent of the garage that it's in, I'm so happy to give these items out.
Yeah.
People entrusted us to pick them up and do the right thing with them.
Yeah.
That's cool. What are some of the most unique things that you've picked out of somebody's house?
That's a good question, and it changes every year. I was telling you guys backstage, one of the funnest things was I was doing a clean out for a guy and his wife. They were moving down to Florida. So this was like the final of everything that was left. And I was like, all right, is that everything? You guys need anything else? And she's like, Barry. And he's like, follow me. So I followed him
Put his
out.
head down.
Yeah. I'm just like intrigued. I'm like, wonder what this could be. So I followed him out to the garage, and he opens the garage door, and I see these 2 blue seats mounted on this nice piece of wood with a plaque on it. And I was like, what you got there? And he's like, these are original seats from the Veterans Stadium before they demoed it. Wife won't let me bring it down to Florida. I was like, no way. So I actually found a local collector in Cockerville. So they did find a very nice home in his awesome man cave with all his Eagles, Phillies, Flyers. Like, he's such a Philly fan. So even though he was distraught about losing it, it did find its way into a new home in the same town.
That's cool.
Very cool. Yeah, that's a great one.
That was definitely a very unique one I did not expect. But yeah, the vet, I mean, we all know the vet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What if you wouldn't have asked that question? Like, do you have anything else? Would the seats still be in that house? Like,
Barry would have smuggled them to Florida.
Possibly, I don't know. But she was pretty adamant. Like, she could tell he was saving that for last.
They weren't going with them.
He was hoping she'd forget.
Right.
Like, when she goes out to get her pumpkin spice latte, he's like, tells her, it was like, just put them on the truck.
Yeah. So another quick thing. So at the warehouse, I always try to highlight fun items. Have you guys ever heard of a Triceratops by any chance?
No.
I have a feeling we're about to.
So you're intrigued. All right. So I don't know who invented this, but it is a Triceratops. I don't know if I can find the picture. It was a plastic Triceratops this big that had 2 divots in the back where you could fit 2 tacos. And it was called a Triceratops. So someone somewhere loved Triceratops, loved tacos, and was like, you know what? We need to make a Triceratops. We found it on a job. Someone bought it it's like things like that. You can't make this stuff up. It was so freaking cool.
Sounds like a great way to get little boys who love dinosaurs to eat their dinner.
Maybe that could be the reason. I didn't even think of that.
Put it on your plate, like, hey, Billy, just, gotta eat your tacos, play with dinosaur.
There you go.
Oh, it's spilled on the table. Let's clean it up. Here, have a little dinosaur eat it. Yeah, like you eat it. The taco.
You can sell anything, man.
Taco finger food. Hey, just like that, right?
Love it.
Just like that.
So, where's your warehouse? What's the address?
It's in Willow Street. It's 2821 Willow Street Pike North in Willow Street, PA. It's right behind Armstrong. Trudy Grove has a insurance company. It's a red brick building. We're the garage right behind her. And we open it up to the public the last Saturday of the month from 9 to 2. And you could, if you like our Facebook page, JDog of Lancaster, we always post a week up. Or if you're driving around in Willow Street, 222 is a pretty busy road. We put a sign out the week of the sale that says garage sale Saturday.
Look out for it. That's cool.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So, how can people help? How does the community help JDog out? What do you need from the community?
If you guys could just spread the word, because right now we only have 3 veterans on. I've been doing this for 7 years, and because the junk removal industry is so saturated, because literally anybody with a truck or trailer could say, "Hey, I do junk removal now." But if you like our mission, if you like how we could help people, I just want to be able to help more people and put more veterans to work. So if you could spread the word, if you know anybody in need of decluttering or reclaiming their space, just tell your neighbors, tell your friends, or if you're at a barbecue and you hear about someone who's downsizing and needs help, like just spread the word. Because again, the more business we get, the more veterans we could put to work, and the bigger the warehouse gets, the more items we could save and help more people.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So we've had Joe's contact information here in the show notes. We've had a cell phone on screen. Reach out. Like if you have a job that you think they could do, reach out. You know, worst Joe can say is, "Hey, that's not for us," but I'm sure Joe's going to have somebody he could refer you to. Reach out to him at 484-467-1424. We've had website, social media channels tagged with these show notes. Share this show where you're watching it. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Share it with somebody you know. That would help his business out. That's what we'd love for that connection to happen. That's why the show's called Lancaster Connects. If we can connect the community to our guests and back and forth, that's why we're doing this. And yeah, you know, it's funny. The last few years, really did spawn the hobbyist business owner so to say, like you said, anybody with a truck can get in the business. But here's the difference. That stuff just goes to landfill. Joe chooses the harder right and takes the time, strips out wires, strips out electronics, TVs go to the right place. They don't get thrown at the side of the road. They don't get thrown in a dumpster. Batteries, I'm sure, go to the right place. Paint, hazardous material, all that stuff, right? The hobbyist is just going to get rid of that. Who knows where? You know, we at our store about every 10 days to 2 weeks have a 53-foot tractor trailer load of old removed mattresses for people's homes not hit the dumpster.
Nice.
They go through the proper recycle and upcycle channels. And to me, that's important, right? As I said, I'm not necessarily going to be the one being a champion leading the charge for the latest and greatest topics of discussion of climate change. But I do care about our environment. I do care about our surrounding areas. I do care about our community. And where I can 100% affect change, we do it. And that's one of the ways. And you're doing the same thing with responsible recycling and disposal. So thank you.
Thank you. And another point too is if you're going to hire any junk removal company, just please make sure they're insured. I can't tell you how many times people have called and went, your pricing's a little high. I'm going to shop it around. I'm like, okay. And then they hire someone else. And this one lady actually called back and was like, I should have went with you. I ended up hiring someone that was a lot cheaper. He ended up breaking his ankle walking down my Bilko door stairs, and I had to pay all the medical expenses. So if you're hiring a company that's not insured, you're opening yourself up to a liability that why gamble? Why not just go with someone who's fully insured? My guys are all on payroll. We have workman's comp. We're a national franchise headquartered. Checks on me quarterly to make sure we're fully insured and have everything we need to do. And it's to protect you as a customer, because if anything happens, that's all me, my workman's comp. We take care of it. But if you have someone that's not insured, they're looking at you and you will be responsible for that. So yes, do your due diligence.
It's anywhere, any corner, any purchase of life. It's always cheaper for a reason.
Exactly.
You have to figure out what that reason or reasons are.
And there's
But
illegal dumping too. People, we've had calls from people who are like, I saw a junk removal company illegally dump here. Can you pick this up? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, we face it. People use our dumpsters as their dumpsters. We've had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not hard. You know, you know where businesses are. They're going to have dumpsters. You can just, I guess you can, if you're unscrupulous, you can just go dump there, but that's not allowed. And it's actually highly illegal. And if the business has their I's and T's dotted and crossed, they can pick you up on security camera and you can catch a pretty hefty fine.
Absolutely.
But no, thanks for doing it the right way. We appreciate you. Your fans are here supporting you. Pam says you always get what you pay for. Thanks for stopping in, Kelly and Betsy from Acorn Acres, and Joe Wade was saying your warehouse is 2 minutes from his house there in Willow Street. So thank you. Thanks for being a part of our community. What's on the horizon? What's the next big thing for you as we wrap up?
I bet you it's a documentary on Amazon Prime. Or a sitcom on NBC. I mean,
oh yeah, we're in the
trajectory.
presence of
Sitcom. That's not a bad idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, I just want to spread the
creepy
word.
baby trailer cameos.
Exactly. Yeah, where I could get a life-size costume and then I could become the creepy trailer baby and just pop up randomly in Lancaster. You never know. See,
it is almost Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, back to the question. What is next for Joe Yurick and JDog?
I don't, just expansion, just growth. We're always trying to simplify what we do. Oh, actually, we now offer financing, which is huge in our industry, because if you have a hoarder house, and sometimes they could be $15,000, $20,000, depending on how big the hoarder house is, we now offer financing, because I've had people like say, I want to hire you, I just can't afford it. So we've done our due diligence, found a team that's very reasonable. And yeah, we now offer financing. So I hope that opens up our services to a lot of people that could not afford it before.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even thought that that would be an option.
Well, and to the point of cheaper for a reason, attaching to a company like JDog that is a national franchise, you're not just working with one business owner, you're working with 100 plus. You're working with the corporate office, all that mind share, pulling forward together. And, you know, because of their collective volume, they get better services. Financing, one of those things we know in our store, financing helps a lot of people. And so obviously you want to make a prudent financial decision, and everybody's situation is a little different. So always assess it for yourself. But yeah, for a $15,000, $20,000 job, I could see that 100%.
Yep.
There's not a lot of people that have that kind of money sitting around. And,
yeah. And I don't know if any other junk removals offer that, but it's definitely going to help people.
Yeah. Love it. Love it for you. Joe, this has been a lot of fun. We got one last little section. It's called Connection Cocktail. Not that we haven't gotten to know you. Like, you've been the stiffest, most straight line guest ever. No, just kidding. But we already know the first question.
Well, you got to ask it, though.
I'm going to ask it. So, do you have a favorite sports team?
Oh, absolutely. So, favorite sports team, I bleed green. I'm an Eagles fan. I know it's very hard, especially after yesterday. But in my lifetime, I saw a Super Bowl win. So I'm good. If we suck forever, I'm good. I saw a Super Bowl win. Go Birds.
And then my guess is you have a second favorite football team, and it's whoever beats the Cowboys.
Oh, true. Yes. I'll go with that.
I didn't see. Did the Cowboys play this weekend? I didn't.
They played Thursday.
Oh, they played Thursday.
And they barely beat the Giants.
That's right. Yeah. Barely is a key word.
The Giants are performing like the SC LSU Mud Dogs right now. So that's a Waterboy reference for those that don't get it.
Yes.
So there is not an SC LSU college as far as I know, a real one. But boy, the Giants are just a really bad football team this year.
Great.
All right, next question.
All right, Joe. Being a southern end guy down towards the Oxford area down there and Coatesville, just wanted to know if you had a favorite Lancaster County restaurant down that way.
Actually, my favorite restaurant is one that my wife and I went. It's not down here. It's up in Mount Joy, and I don't know if I pronounced it right. It's either Boobs or Boobies Brewing. Have you guys been there? They have the catacombs underneath.
Catacombs downstairs, yeah.
My wife and I went there, like, not even know what to expect. And I don't drink. I don't know how their beers are, but the food was phenomenal. Like,
I've always heard that, yeah.
So good. Holy crap,
Brewery,
he's
yep.
awesome.
Catacombs. That's where Creepy Trailer Baby needs to live.
True, man. I mean, good
All
one.
right, last question. Now, being a Southern-owned countyan,
Yep.
I bet you can throw in a wild card here because there could be a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So the canned question is Turkey Hill, Sheets, Wawa, or Rudders.
Yeah. Don't forget,
But there is a wild card option given your
Land
geography.
is big too.
What is it?
Land Hope Farms. You never heard of that?
Land Hope Farms.
They got the chicken.
Yeah.
Well, out of those though, I'd love Land Hope, but I would have to pick Wawa because on any given night, my son is dancing. We're always running around. Any given night, if we don't feel like cooking, it's always so easy just to stop in at Wawa and grab something. It's a convenience factor. And the food's good.
Yep.
Get your
Very
hoagie
good.
at Wawa.
Or your fried chicken at Land Hope Farms down south at Lancaster County.
That's a new one.
I thought it's free. Land Hope.
I thought you might say Royal Farms because there's some of those down there.
Right. True.
But that's all right. Everybody likes their choices. I'm a Wawa guy too. Rudders, though, is good. I like Rudders.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Ben?
Yeah, I've answered this question before. I don't have a preference really. I mean, Sheets for coffee, I guess. I don't use the convenience stores much for the stuff in the convenience stores, but I kind of like Rudders too. I think most of them are better than Turkey Hill. Sorry, Turkey Hill.
They sold out to big corporate interests. It's not family owned anymore. So it's up.
But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
think, Wawa's probably the cream of the crop though.
Yeah, they're going to
Very
take
good.
over the world. They're all down in Florida. They're hitting all the people that came from here. Like, yeah,
No.
Very good.
No.
Joe, this has been a lot of fun, man. Thank you for stopping by the show. Appreciate everything you're doing with JDog Junk Removal here in Lancaster County, helping us clean out our houses, get things organized, get our cars in our garage, and really find joy in our home again in the spaces we live. So thank you. Thanks for being a part of our community. We appreciate you.
thanks for the opportunity and thanks for doing what you guys do because you guys are making the connections. So I know I'm going to reap the benefits of being on here and I'm greatly appreciated for it.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Well, I guess, Ben, we'll see you at the next RPP meeting or mixers.
Well, the next mixers, I think there's a mixer
Thursday.
coming up. Well, are you going to be at the Thursday thing, the business expo?
It's not
Possibly.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to be there. So,
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, yeah.
So now you have to come. Now you
I have to come. Yep. I'll see you on
Very
Thursday.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Joe. Appreciate
Thank
you. That was a good show.
It was
I mean,
great.
like,
I love that story of the garage clean out.
yeah.
Pulling the truck.
Oh, I thought you were going to say creepy trailer van.
Well, no.
Say creepy trailer van 5 times.
I'm trying to expunge that
in your sleep.
that image from my.
I'm going to text it. I'm going to text it.
Or
Text
Totally.
it tonight at like 10.
it's gonna like pop up at 11 o'clock. I'll be like,
creepy trailer van
No.
peeking in your side of your phone screen.
creepy trailer baby.
Yeah. All right. My sleep better tip is one I employed this weekend, and that was preparing for the week ahead. I got highly organized this weekend, had the opportunity to do so, and slept like a baby last night, knowing that the week was set. That's something I largely commit to, but had fallen off due to just recent schedule and personal conflicts and feeling like crap, having the flu last week. But yeah, planning your day ahead the night before or the week ahead on the weekend, just getting organized, maybe having some of those critical tasks laid out, lets your mind relax, lets your mind shut down, right? Like if you run a software update on your computer and then you hit shutdown, you freeze that thing out, right? Kind of the same thought process of getting a better night's sleep. Like purge the stuff out of your mind, get it on paper, get that email sent, write a note to your kid, lay the stuff out for the next morning, the night before. And those little enhancements in your routines help your brain relax, let your body shut down, reboot for the night, do all the important stuff your body needs to do, and you wake up feeling better. We've got tips like that and more in our book, Sleep Better. You go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, and we'll send it to you for free.
That's a great one. Getting everything out of your head onto a piece of paper, even if you have a busy day the next day, making a list.
Checking it
Sleep like a baby. I like it.
Creepy trailer
Oh my gosh,
babies
you're
gonna
like-
find out if you're naughty or nice. Creepy trailer babies coming to get you on Halloween. That was a good one. We need to
All right.
cut that out.
We got testimonial time for Gardener's Mattress and More. This one comes in from John, who recently purchased the mattress. What did he think of the process to properly assess the sleep needs and suggest the right mattress? He thought it was great. Our team listened to his concerns and carefully explained the differences in a plethora of what would be overwhelming choices. We felt comfortable. I just read the words, Ben. Felt confident and comfortable to make the purchase. So, plethora of options. Yeah, when you come in, there's 70? I haven't even counted recently. 70 some mattresses on display, and that's not meant to sound overwhelming, but it can be overwhelming. We know what every mattress is, but customers coming in don't, and it's our job to help navigate the sea of overwhelming choices. So we learn sleep needs. And we'll make recommendations often within a few minutes of conversation. We can have half or more of the showroom weeded out as options because they're just simply not the right fit.
Yeah.
So we can streamline the process.
Yeah. And at the same time, it's important to have all those options because not everybody is the same. In fact, you can have one mattress and have 10 different people try it and have 10 very distinct opinions. And we work harder. It's a lot harder to work the way we do, but it's the harder right to steal right out of a page right out of Joe's book. It's the harder right because it serves our customer because we curate the best selection that's out there, the best technologies, the best companies that uphold our 5-star standard. And yes, it is a plethora. Kudos to John for a 25-cent word in his review. We appreciate that. But we do narrow it down, and it's just important to have those answers for you. Doesn't mean we got them all out of the toolkit in the presentation. Just means they're here for you to try and experience if we help you figure out they're the right fit. So
no one size fits all.
Yeah, that is. That's right. That's right. You look terrible in those one size fits all t-shirts. You'd sleep terrible in a one size fits all bed.
That's right. Great point.
So between now and next week, I'm going to work on this creepy trailer baby stuff. See what kind of fun I can come up with.
I hope it has the reverse effect. Like you start getting into this and digging in, and then I'm
going to that auto shop and buying one now. It's a company expense. We've talked about it on the show.
I'm going to come in one morning and there's just going to
be in your chair in your office is going to be doing
spinning. Yeah, you're going to set it up.
It's fantastic.
I'm telling you that delivery I did in the house with the dolls. Never again. No, sir. Totally creeped out.
So what the guys were doing?
I was trying to not make eye contact.
Yeah.
But with $500, I mean, I didn't count, but it felt like it.
That's great.
Nope.
That's great. All right. Well, soon to be October. It's fall season. It's pumpkin spice season. We put a pumpkin spice mattress post up on our page. Go check that out. Have some safe Halloween fun. Get a couple scares in, a couple laughs in. And we'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects. Take care.